Hey everyone, this is Draco, Magnius, and welcome to another episode of The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. In the last episode, we had explored the dungeon a little more, and we have found the very last room. We got a spiffy new item known as the Beetle, which is the best item in the game, in my personal opinion. You might have another one when you see all the other ones, but let's continue. See. Look at this fancy door. Fia has something to say about it. I detect Zelda's aura. There is a high probability she is beyond this large door. Unfortunately, we can't do anything with it. As you probably have guessed if you played any other of the other Legend of Zelda games, this is the boss door. Although I like what they did in this game as opposed to what they've been doing for all the other Legend of Zelda games, where it was normally a key that you would open the door with. It would just look kind of cool and bigger than the other ones. And there's 20 rupees in that chest. But anyway, in this game it's something far different and far more, what's the word I'm looking for? Innovative? That's it. Instead of, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. When we actually get the quote-unquote key to that door, I'll tell you exactly how it works. Actually, no, wait, I came from that way, so yeah, let's go this way. Oh, and I should mention, remember the Amber Relic in one of the first rooms? If you wanted to go back and get that, now that you have the Beetle, you can. Before we didn't have any way to get it, but now seeing as we have our fancy little Beetle, it allows us to, you know, scout ahead and grab things that we normally couldn't. If you want to, by all means, go and get it. I am not going to get it because, well, I'm already at the end and I don't feel like backtracking for the video. But, you know, again, it's your decision whether you want to or not. Hopefully this time I can manage to angle this just right so I can grab onto that vine. If not, you're probably going to see a lot of failures this episode. Oh Lord. I don't remember if I told you guys, I think I did, but if you want to stop the vine at any time, just press B and hold it till Link stops swinging. Aha! In your face! And look at that fancy chest. Again, as anyone who's ever played The Legend of Zelda can tell you, fancy chest means fancy key, and fancy key means boss key. And I introduce to you our very first boss key, the golden carving. Yes, in this game, instead of using keys, you get a fancy puzzle box piece. Well, not box, you get a interesting puzzle piece. And with this piece, you need to get the puzzle piece into the door and find the exact way it fits. This being the first temple, it's the easiest one to figure out. However, much later in the game, they're going to get more difficult every time it's a new dungeon, so don't get used to easy solving the puzzles. Although, hey, if you're a puzzlesmith, maybe it will be easy for you. What you want to do is press A to grab it, and then just turn your Wii Remote until you find the exact position it goes in. And when you find the right way, it glows behind it, and A to insert the final puzzle piece. You guys ready for the first boss in the game? I'll tell you right now, most of the bosses in the rest of the game will use the tool you find in the dungeon. This boss is the only boss you do not defeat using your newly found item. So we aren't going to be using the Beetle to defeat this boss. Oh God, the light! Well, if it isn't Mr. Jumpsuit we saw from before. Look who it is.
Dude looks like a lady.
Meet Gearhom. Before he says it, I'm going to. Self-proclaimed demon lord of the surface world. And the most feminine villain in any Legend of Zelda games, including the women. Yes, the same villain who makes Frieza look like the most masculine villain of all time. But I digress. Yes, that is a man. In a white jumpsuit. With cutouts in it. But again, I digress. I thought that tornado I stirred up would have tossed and torn you apart, yet here you are, not in pieces. It was this fruity number that did that! Not that your life or death has any consequence. It's just the girl that matters now. I can sense her here, just beyond this door. Yes, we plucked Her Majesty from her perch in the clouds. Now she's ours. Oh, but listen to me. I'm being positively uncivil. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the demon lord who presides over this land you look down upon. This world you call the surface. You may call me Gearhom. Or Jirahim, whichever you prefer. I prefer Gearhom, personally. In truth, I'd very much prefer to be indulged with my full title, Lord Gearhom. But I'm not fussy. Did you really just draw your sword? Foolish boy! By all rights, the girl should have fallen into our hands already. She was nearly ours when that loathsome servant of the goddess snatched her away. Do you have any idea how that made me feel? Furious! Outraged! Sick with anger! This turn of events has left me with a strong appetite for bloodshed. Still, it hardly seems fair, a being of my position, to take all of my anger out on you, which is why I promise up front not to murder you. No, I'll just beat you with an inch of your life. Nasty. Now, note on boss fights. While you're fighting, Fee is slowly analyzing your opponent. So if you lose the first time, by the time you come back to the fight, she'll have the full analysis. However, you guys have me. You'll notice how Gearhom's following our blade with his hand. What you want to do is get him focused to think you're going to do a vertical slice, and then go horizontal and go as fast as you can before he can respond. If you like, see if you hit him with that one, I'll show it to you again. He catches the blade and you're at his mercy for a while. Now where'd he go? Okay. He's fairly easy to beat the first time you fight him. If you want, this does do extra damage doing a Skyward Strike on him from up close, so if you want to get him into the next form of this battle quickly, go with Skyward Strikes now. However, if you try a Skyward Strike from far away, he can dodge it like almost instantly. When he does that little licking his lips thing, he's going into his second stage. This is a little tougher. When he rushes at you, do a spin attack and then wail on him. Do not hesitate. With that, you can hit them back, or you can block them with your shield and only send a few back. Either way is fine, but personally, I like hitting him with the sword if I can manage. Sometimes you mess up, but... and I didn't do it in time, that one. Yeah, this takes a lot more precision than the other way. Oh, hi! You gotta be careful. He'll have himself exposed to hit for a little while. Ow! There we go. And you can also do a spin strike to hit him like that, which is a lot quicker than doing your horizontal strike, and I recommend doing that. Right now, it's kind of an even fight right now, me versus Jirham, but okay, and now he's winning. Oh, hi! Just like with the Bokoblins, when he has his sword in a specific way, try and hit him in the opposite way. I'm going to try and beat him on 1 heart of health. And now... oh, I didn't mean to do that one. And down he goes! Well, you put up more of a fight than I would have thought possible out of such a soft boy. Creepy. But don't clap for yourself quite yet. That sword of yours is the only reason you still live. Well, duh. I couldn't fight you hand to hand. That would be ridiculous. How am I supposed to fight a guy with a sword with my bare hands? I'm not a freaking monk. I fear I spent far too long teasing and toying with you. The girl's presence has all but faded from this place, which means there's no reason to linger here. Goodbye, Sky Child. Run along and play this time. Get in my way again, though, and you're dead. Well, that was eventful. And now, for beating Jirham as well as any other boss in the game, we get, after this cutscene goes, we get a heart container. Increases the amount of hearts in your health by exactly 1. You'll notice, after you looked at the life medal, that the heart on the life medal is the exact same one as a heart container, hence why it gives you 1 extra heart. Magic. Alright. Something I didn't mention while I was fighting Jirham, if you're ever low on health and don't want to use your potions, each one of these pots in the room is filled with a heart. I could have utilized them, but I felt like brawling with the incredibly feminine villain. Oh, I'm sorry I'm not moving. I'm just checking up on something really quick before we get ourselves moving again. Alright. And unfortunately, Jirham was right. Zelda is not here anymore. But she was, and look, it's one of the crests like from in the goddess's statue. But before we get moving... ah, crud. I skimmed over their heads with it. Darn it. Here's a blessed butterfly, or blessed, I should say. No, blessed. I was right with blessed. Unfortunately, I missed that one too. But, hey, everything comes back. And I think a bug just drowned on the other side that I didn't realize was there. Oh, hey, and a fairy. No, I already have one in a bottle, so I guess I don't need to... There's some fish. Oh yeah, that's another fun thing. If you stab something with your sword like a fruit, you have it at the end of your sword, and then you can throw it. So stab and throw. But enough clowning around with the thing. Time to catch us a bird. Careful. Like with everything, you're going to want to approach it slowly. Ah! And, you know, not skim over its head. I'm a lot better at catching things with a big net, but obviously, who wouldn't be? Well, whatever. Let's get a move on. I don't want to waste your time. Ah, poop. There we go. Master, I have a message written in the language of the gods of old. Allow me to translate for you. What's odd is when she translates, she also dances. No idea why. From the edge of time I guide you, the one chosen to carry out the goddess's mission. The spirit maiden who descended from the clouds must travel to two sacred places to purify her body. You stand in one of these places, Skyveiw Spring. The other is known as the Earth Spring. I'm sure you know where we're going. This second spring is hidden away deep within the scorched earth of Eldin. The Spirit Maiden, ever mindful of the heavy task entrusted to her, has set out for this second sacred place. And we now have the Ruby Tablet. If the Emerald one led us here, the red one will obviously lead us to the Eldin province. Master, as I just translated, it would appear that Zelda purified herself in the waters of this spring. I calculate with a 97% chance she has already set out for Eldin, where another great spring exists. However, it is not clear what method of travel Zelda used to move from here to her next destination. My analysis suggests you should take the tablet to the altar in Skyloft. Doing so will likely open a new column of light on the surface, allowing you to descend to another area and continue your search for Zelda. Let us return to the sky once more before continuing our search. Excuse me. The bird statue outside can take us back up. Alright, as Fee said, we're going to be heading to Skyloft again. I think this is the perfect time to cut the video, so I will see you guys then.